So she's fighting a giant chicken-looking thing in hell while riding a train at the same time. Well, you don't see that in comics every day. Hello, folks. I am the Big Blue, and I'm here to talk about Lady Death Rules, Volume 1, which holds the first 3 chapters of Lady Death, when she's under the Coffin comic name. Now, let's give you a little bit of history, real quick. Lady Death was originally was a Chaos comic character, which is considered to be the greatest independent comic book publishers ever. They made more characters, but one of their most famous was Lady Death. So, for a while, she was under the Chaos Comics name. But then Chaos Comics went under, so she went to another publisher, which kind of messed up everything. And this is basically like a reboot of her character. Well, in a way. Basically, in this one, all things that happened in Chaos Comics happen, and the ones in the other publishers didn't happen. They immediately says that in the immediate first page, or second, whatever. So in this book, she's trying to regain her height as the ruler of hell. That's basically the whole point. While also helping a kid who is also the last innocent in hell. Which at last innocent soul in hell. Sounds great, right? It is! But also while that's happening, another group is forming up on Earth doing something. And here's the weird part. The angels of heaven also helped her. Wait. Because for 25 years, or 25 or 20 years, she slept under a mysterious spell. And the heaven's angels came down to wake her up and all that. So, that's basically what happens in the entire book. I don't give away too many details because I really like this book and I really want other people to read it because it is really amazing. But, this is a review, or let's talk. Let's talk about it. So, let's talk about first the great things about this. It's a revamp of Lady Death, which is really good. You don't really have to really read that much, because really you can just go to a Lady Death store and buy half the stuff they have on there, so everything. And also, the publishers also recommend that you read this before you go read the other stuff, because this stuff is really good. This is the new stuff, the brand new stuff, because everybody likes new. And this is written by the original creator, and almost half of the original people who made the original Lady Death series. So, is there any other good things about this? Well, the story is really good. It really gets to the point where this is, 20 years she's been gone. She's been asleep for that many years. Hell has changed. Everything else. New demons are in control, and she has to slaughter them all. It is awesome, man! So, is there anything else about this comic that's awesome? Well, you get to see new characters and all that good stuff. And, just to be honest, that's really it. This comic is so awesome. I really recommend you go out and buy this. Buy Lady Death Rules on Lady Death store. It is amazing. Go get it. Go get it now. Go. No, this is not sponsored by Coffin Comics, so hey, you don't have to see no sponsors. But yeah. So, is there anything bad about this comic? Because, there always has to be something bad. Well, there is a couple of things. The story, I mean, if you look at Lady Death, you kind of understand what's mostly appealing about her. Which, is not a bad thing, because, she's really strong. She really is a really interesting character, to be honest. She is. But yes, there is, that fan service or the sex appeal and all that stuff. So, there's that. Which they don't really shove it in your face. No. But there is some moments and times, yeah, they kind of do. That's what kind of thing. Another really bad thing about this comic is some characters in here, they just shove right in your, they just push them in there without even fully explaining who they are. Like this was one character, she's like a bounty hunter sent by this council and everything. And Lady Death has to fight her, and I'm like, who is this girl? I don't know her name really that well. I don't remember her. So, there's that. And also, another thing is, it's, I don't recommend reading it after you ate. Because some things can be very gory. Which, is kind of the thing, what was kind of the thing of the old series. It's very gory, very violent, and all that stuff. And, if someone puts in the comments, we must think about the children. I'm really going to shove this. I'm really going to punch him in the face. This is not a kid's comic. Okay? This is an adult comic. Okay? Comics are not really for kids anymore nowadays. They still make kids comics, but this one is not for kids. Okay? So, shut up! Yeah, so is there anything else, bad about it? About the bad about the comics besides, the story's not not that well, but it's still good in either way. They have certain characters they show you, but don't really give you a full explanation. Now, is there a third problem? Well, let's be honest. Well, one thing I really, didn't really, understand that much was, who the hell did this? Who put her under a spell? Who made her go to sleep and all that stuff? They didn't really explain that. There's really something about this comic. They don't really explain that well. They mostly get to the point where they, this is action, this is, adventure and all that stuff. But there's really not that much explaining here. Well, there is some, but they really, not that much. So, everything else. So, and really, if people, fans of Lady Death, if they just want to see Lady Death, they got it here. This is really more like a tribute to longtime fans of it. So, but that's what they kind of, want to go for. But, really that's it. And also, if they wanted to kill off some of Lady Death's stuff, like, here's something. Earlier part in the book, her horse, Visco, gets hurt and stuff. And I'll get to the other two chapters of this story right here, because this is like half of the other story, because there's like 2 other comic books of it, where they just, say that Vesco is hurt, he needs to be saved, and a little bit of spoiler warning, they kill him off later. And I'm thinking, okay, if you want to kill off some of the old stuff of the comics, why don't just, say, these people died while you were sleeping, so, that's kind of, useless, so, and it just, really just, like, redirects the entire story, where Lady Death is trying to get this kid onto the top side so she can, rule or something else, I don't know, or save him, because he's kind of reminds him of her when she was, innocent and all that stuff, but instead, the story there kind of makes a U-turn here. Like, we gotta go back, we gotta save this character so, Lady Death can feel, happy. Or, save someone that she loves. Which, I'm thinking, what happened to you trying to get this kid to Earth? He didn't die, he was transported here. So, what is going on here? But, It's still good. I still recommend you read. Recommend read. Badass seal approval. 9 out of 10. So since this is, part of a new stories, what about the other ones? Well, I'll get to those later. Eventually. Probably next week. Everything. So, let's look forward to Lady Death chapter 4 through 5 story. Which is basically the end of the beginning. I'm the Big Blue. And thank you for watching. And next time, I'm actually going to read something Marvel related next. See y'all later.
Hello, my name is the Big Blue. You are my channel, or my channel videos. Please hit the like, subscribe. Please hit the like button if you like this video. And please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to be notified. And to be notified, hit the bell button so you know when my next video is up. Or when that ever is, I don't know. And please, search around my other videos here. I am very entertaining sometimes. Trust me on that one. If you don't, I will come and get you with my key blade and unlock your heart and take you to the darkness forever!